Good morning. Today we're going to take it slow, and we're really just going to focus on a lot of stretching. You know, I like to do that from time to time. So let's go ahead and stand up and get started. And we're just going to do a nice, easy march. Let's stand up nice and straight. Again, let's be conscious of our posture and lift your chest and your head up to the ceiling. When your body is open, you have much more range of motion and you can breathe better as well, rather than when you're closed. Everything's tight. So we want to open it up, get you more range of motion, and allow you to breathe a little bit better. So just nice and easy, let's take those arms up and circle back. Remember to breathe. I'm just going to do a little warm up just to make sure we get the blood to the muscles, because we don't want to stretch these muscles cold. We want to definitely stretch them when they're a little bit warmer, already a little bit warmed up. Good. And take it down. Now take it wide and just nice and easy side taps, and let's take those shoulders back. And breathe. Good. Now just keep tapping out, and let's take those arms up. If you want, you can just take it out. Just tapping out. Nice, easy little jumping jack. We're not lifting the leg too high. We're just tapping the leg out to the side. If you don't want to take your arms overhead, your arms can go out in front. Good. So when you open your arms, try to remember to give those back muscles a little squeeze. So squeeze those shoulder blades just a little bit. Good. Last one. And let's go ahead and come down to a squat. Take those arms up. Take them down and up. So remember, you want your knees forward, over your knees, your hips go back. Make sure you're sitting back like you're sitting into a chair. The squat always starts in your hips, not the knees. So we don't start the bend with the knees, we start it with the hips. Keep your chest up, and let's do one more. Good. And march it out. Keep marching. I'm just going to adjust something real quick. There. March it out. Let's get a deep breath in and out. A little warm in here. And let's march it wide. I don't know if these are going to stay up. And march it in. It's opening day. We're in the red. And march it wide. And march it in. Good. March it wide. March it in. Good, march it wide. March it in. One more time, let's take it wide. And let's go ahead and turn our toes out and come down to a plie. And again, let's take those arms up. And I want your knees to follow your toes. So make sure your knees are going right over your laces. Good, last one. Now stay here, and let's just go ahead and alternate, lifting up a heel. If you can do that, if you can't, if that's hard for you to do if you have foot or toe problems, then you can just stay in your plie and just hold. So we are down, abs are engaged, glutes are squeezed, and one more on each side. Good, and let's march it in. Now march that right foot out. We're gonna do a grounded rock. So we're gonna keep our feet on the ground and just go forward and back. Again, if your toes or your feet, if this is hard to do, just do what you can. So a little bit of balance. Let's add some arms and reach up and back. Reach up and back. And up and up. Good, and one more time. Reach up. Nice. March it back in. March the left out in front. Same thing. We're just going to reach. Good. We're just moving forward, just basically shifting your weight forward and backward. So it's also a balance exercise. As you can feel, I can feel it. So your weight goes forward onto the forward leg, then it goes back. And the arms add a little bit of extra instability. Last one. Good, and a final march. And again, deep breath in and out. Good. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stand up straight. Chest, head are lifted. All right. Let's start with some neck and shoulder stretches. So you can sit down for most of these if you want to sit in a chair, if you don't want to worry about balance, so feel free to sit down. Otherwise, just stay near your chair if you need to. And we're going to start by taking our right arm and really pulling it down, like you're reaching for the floor, and then I want you to make a fist. So make a fist as if you're pushing your fist to the floor. And then we're going to take our left ear and bring it towards the shoulder, and we're not lifting that left shoulder. I want you to keep that left shoulder down. Your ear and your shoulder should not touch. Good, and we're going to hold these stretches today for just a little bit longer than maybe we normally do. So keep that fist and keep pushing that fist to the floor. So you should feel a nice stretch down the side of your neck, maybe into the shoulder. You might even feel it in your arm. It all depends on where you are tight. Good, and come up and just kind of shake it out. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Now, if having your arm up like this bothers your shoulder, you can just drop the ear to the side. Using the fingers of your hand just gets it a little bit deeper, and if that's too deep, then you don't need to do that. So left arm is down, and you're going to make that fist and push that fist towards the floor. If you want, you can gently bring your ear towards the shoulder. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. We want to breathe through do all the stretching. And breathe. Good, and relax, and just kind of roll it out a little bit, and just drop your head down, make some circles. Good, and stand up straight. Let's take our chin to our chest. So try not to, you want to make sure your body stays straight. We're not bending to try to get our chin. We're just dropping the chin to the chest. And now we're going to look up to the ceiling, only moving at the neck. So keep your body still. We're not bending backwards to look. This is all about the neck. And breathe. Make sure you're breathing into the belly. Let's take that chin down to the chest. And let's take it up again to the ceiling. Good job. And back to center. All right. Let's take that right arm and we're going to bring it across the body. And let's have your palm facing backwards. Make sure your shoulder, your right shoulder is dropped. Again, check and see, is your shoulder up to here? Drop it down. And you can use your hand to bring this in a little bit more. Just feel a nice stretch. Also through that upper back a little bit. Keep the shoulder down and breathe. Keep your chest and head lifted. When we're standing, it's very easy to kind of slump down. So keep pulling yourself up. And let's switch arms. And again, drop your shoulder and breathe. Stand up straight, chest and head are lifted. Just think of being like you're a puppet and you've got a string here. And you have a string right here, right at the where your clavicle and your sternum are located, which is right here in the middle of the chest. And you have two strings there, and somebody's pulling you up. Good, let's do it one more time. Take it across, drop your shoulder, nose itch. And breathe. Again, notice that we're holding these stretches a bit longer than we normally do. You really want to try to hold stretches for about 30 seconds. That's where you get a lot of benefit from the stretching. I'm not watching a clock, but we're definitely going longer than we usually do. And let's take the other arm across, dropping the shoulder. And breathe. Stand up straight. Good. Now let's go ahead and work the stretch out those triceps, back of the arm. Take your right arm out, and we're going to lift and we're going to reach for between the shoulder blades. Go where you can. You should feel tension, but it shouldn't be pain. And again, make sure your shoulders are dropped down. If you hike them up, you don't want those shoulders hiked up. So drop them down and just reaching for between the shoulder blades. Even if you can only go to here, for some people, you still may feel the tension. You may feel the stretch in the back of the arm, even if you're right here. If that really bothers you, you can bring it around the front and reaching for that space between the shoulder blades. So whichever works for you, and breathe. Good, now take that arm and we're gonna put it on our back. Back of the hand is on your back, and you wanna slide that hand up as high as you can go. If you want, you can use your other hand to just gently get the stretch a little deeper. You're gonna really feel this stretch in the front of the shoulder, a little bit of the side of the shoulder. Standing up straight and breathing. Good, and let's switch. So we're going to go ahead and do the left arm, reaching for between the shoulder blades. Again, you want to feel the tension. We're stretching out your muscle right here in the back of the upper arm. That's your tricep. It's the opposite of your bicep, so your bicep's on the other side. And breathe. Good, and let's take it down. Now take that hand and put it up against your back. So you're gonna put the back of your hand on your back and try to get that arm up as high as you can go. Again, you can use the other hand to just get a deeper stretch if you want. Again, everybody's different, everybody's flexibility is different. And you are gonna feel, probably on this one, definitely, you'll feel a difference from side to side in the flexibility. I definitely can tell a difference between my right and my left. Okay, so let's shake it out. Wow, woo, just kind of shake it all out. Now grab your hands behind your back. You're gonna pull down and back a little bit, but here's the key, is while you're doing that, we wanna lift the chest up. So try not to stay here and do this, you're just not going to feel it the same. So if you want, we can all start in this little slumped position, hands clasped, pull down and back. Now, lift your chest, lift your head, and feel that difference. Sometimes I like to take you into the wrong position so you can feel the difference between the wrong position, or let's just say a not so good position and a better position for you. So we definitely want to stand up straight and then lift that chest here, and now you can really get the stretch across the front of the body. This is a great stretch to do, so easy to do, especially if you've been sitting for a long period of time and hunched over something, computer, a project, sewing, reading, whatever, watching TV. Good, and shake it out. Good job. All right, let's get a nice deep breath in and out. If you need water, get a sip of water. But we're going to go ahead and sit down in our chair now. And sitting slowly, of course. No plopping here. Let's sit on the edge of our seat. So remember, let's always try to sit on the edge of our seat unless I ask you to sit back against the chair, okay? Keep those arms tucked in. Let's take a deep breath in, raise our arms up, and we're gonna fold forward. Let's come forward. Now how far you come forward is really up to you. If you can touch the floor, great. If you can only come to where your hands are in the middle of your shins, that's fine. And if you need to rest your hands on your legs, that's fine too. I want you to come where you can. And just let your body fold forward. Again, it's not often I'm going to tell you to bend your back, but here I want a little bit, we want to just have a little bend, just helping to kind of create space between each segment of your spine. And just be mindful if you start to feel dizzy. Try not to let your head really go below your heart. I'm going to keep my head up just a little bit. And let's put our hands on top of our thighs and slowly push ourselves up, rounding up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale and exhale. Let's come down. So maybe on the second one, you're able to go just a little bit further. And breathe. Good. Hands on the thighs. Slowly come up. Again, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Just let everything, if you had the blood going to your head a little bit, just let it kind of come down a tad. Okay. Let's take our right hand and put it at our head. Now again, if this bothers your shoulder, you can have it here, or just hold it down by your side. And we're going to go ahead, actually let's put both hands, or you can have them here. And we're just going to bend to the right, not leaning, okay? A lean is going to pick your left hip or your opposite hip off the chair. Let's bend. Feel that stretch down the side. Keep that opposite hip in the chair. Good. And let's go to the other side. So we're just holding. We're pausing on each side about 3 to 5 seconds. And come up. And let's go to the others, to the right side again. Remember to breathe. Good. Over. Now, depending on if you're tight anywhere, you may feel this, not just down your side, but you might feel it a little bit around the back, into the lower back. I definitely feel it right now in my, it's my right side. You're looking at me, looks like my left. And that's right where I'm a little tight today. Good, and last one, coming over to the side. Good, and come on up. Just roll the shoulders out a little bit. Take your right hand, you're gonna grab the chair, the chair arm across the body. And we're gonna stretch out that hip and that lower back. So take your arm over if you want. And we're gonna bend. Now we're gonna really lean, kind of bend to the side, but we're keeping our hip down. So both your hips, both your butt cheeks should be in the chair. Now, we're gonna turn and look down at the floor to our right. So you should be able to look at the chair arm and see if you can go a little bit further. Basically, your right hand is just holding you up from and keeping you from just falling over to the right-hand side. Try to think about where you're feeling this. Do you feel it in the hip? Do you feel it in the lower back? Good, and come on up. And let's switch. So left hand takes the chair arm. We're gonna take that right arm over And we're going to bend to the side. Again, keeping your hips in the chair, keeping your glutes down. And then bend and look down to the floor, to your left. And let's go over a little bit more, but don't go over so far that your right hip and right glute comes off the chair. Keep them down. Good, come on up. Let's do it again. Let's grab the chair, because this one just feels so good. And teacher needs this one. So bend over to the side, and let's turn and look down to the floor. Hopefully you're able to go a little bit further this second time around. Good, and let's switch. And breathe. Turn and look down to the floor. Keep breathing. And out. So remember to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, and relax. Let's shake it out. Good job. Let's use our ball and put it, you can scoot back in the chair now, and put it right behind your shoulder blades. We're going to just stretch out that upper back. And then we're going to stand and do 2 standing exercises and sit back down and finish again in the chair. Because I just feel that some of these standing, we can hit the muscles much better in a standing position. So hands at your ears, sitting up straight, shoulders dropped, and take a deep breath in. Exhale and just go ahead and go over the ball, looking up to the ceiling, pushing your chest up. Now pull your elbows wide and feel the stretch across the chest. Just feel that stretch and breathe. Good, and relax. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale. And go over the ball. So you're just kind of curling your upper back over the ball a little bit. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to just look up to the ceiling. Your head stays in line with your spine and you're just bending back and the head will move with your body. And pull those elbows open. Pull them back a little bit more. Good. Let's do it one more time. Relax. Sit up straight. Relax doesn't mean slump. Relax. And let's inhale. And exhale. Pulling the elbows wide open. And breathe, good, and relax. Good job. All right. So let's sit forward in our chair. And we're just going to do one stand. Today's a nice, easy day. So sitting forward in your chair, let's go ahead and stand up. Okay. Now, if you want to, because we're going to do some warrior position, if you want to get behind your chair, you can do that. It might be easier because when we do the warrior, we're gonna just switch which way we go, and you can stay right behind the chair for balance, and you can just switch hands, okay? I'm gonna come out in front. So let's start with our right foot pointing out, and left foot, take your left leg a little bit wider. So my feet are outside my hips. So if you can do that, try to do that, okay? And my left foot is going into the room. So my feet are at right angles to one another, okay? Or they're in that position. And let's have our right arm down. And let's inhale. Exhale, take that left arm over. Let's bend this knee and come down. Now I want you to really push your left foot into the floor. So you're grounding that left side down. Left side down. Coming into a windmill, a little bit more of a windmill position. Again, feeling the stretch here, feeling it. If you're tight, you're going to feel it in the hip and in your lower back area, but really make sure you're pushing that left foot into the floor. Now, if you need to hold on to the chair, you can hold on with your right hand. Good. Slowly come up, pull up from your side. We don't want to just use our arm and fling our body up, okay? I want you to use your body, use your muscles. Now, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So now if you need to hold on to the chair, use your left hand. And we're going to come over, keeping that right hip down. Again, feeling that stretch in that whole hip area. You still have a little bend in that right knee. That knee should be going straight over your toes as well. The knee shouldn't be good. It's kind of hard to not have it go straight in this position. Good, and come on up. All right, so go ahead and flip your left foot so that it's now facing in the same direction. And we're just going to push our hips forward. Get a nice stretch in the front of the hip. Keep your body upright and push it forward. Just make sure you've got a wide enough stance here that you do not push your knee past the tops of your toes. So keep that knee, peek at it. It should be going right over your laces, and push your hip forward. And slightly lean back just to get a little bit of extra stretch. Notice I didn't bend my back. I leaned from the hips. My head moved with my body. And breathe. Good, and come on up. Now we're going to switch. So if you're behind your chair, you can just stay right there. Left foot goes out into the room, or it goes forward, or to the side, I suppose. And your right foot is going to point into the room or towards your chair. So again, your feet are going to be about at right angles to one another. Legs are wide. Little bend in your left knee. That knee should be over your ankle. And inhale, exhale, and let's come down. Now, you don't have to use the right arm. You can just bend. But I want you grounding. Push your right foot down into the ground. So really ground your right side so that you are keeping that side down. Don't let it pop up. And you're getting that nice stretch down the side into the hip. Again, into that lower back. Do what you can. Breathe. Now, we're going to come up. I want you pulling up from your obliques, that right side, not the hip. Pull up from your side here. So pull up slowly. We don't want to just fling ourselves up. Good. Now turn that right foot so that it's all going in the same direction. All your toes are going forward. And we're going to take our body up nice and straight. Oh, I didn't do reverse. I'm sorry. I'm one step ahead. Take your right foot back into the room. Now we're going to go backwards or reverse. Again, keeping your hips down. Getting a nice stretch in the hip area, lower back. Majority of Americans are all going to have some back issues at some point in their lives. And I think that only gets worse now with our lifestyles. Good, and now come up. All right, now turn that foot forward, up straight, and push forward. Make sure your knee is over your laces, and then slightly hinge back as you keep pushing forward. Good, and relax and shake it out. Let's come back around to the chair. We're going to sit down slowly, of course, and sit on the edge of our seat, and we're going to grab our strap. And let's take this strap under the ball of the left foot and pull your toes towards you. Sitting up straight, pull your toes. You should feel the stretch in the calf muscle. That's the lower leg. I can't believe our time is almost up. The time goes by so fast. I hope you really enjoyed this workout today. I think it's good that every so often we have just a nice stretching workout. And this is also, if you ever feel like you need to just get some stretching, you can always come back to this video. And let's sit up straight and take a deep breath in. And exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the hips and reach with our left hand for the toes. Make sure your hinge at the hips, your back is straight. And if you can't touch your toes, that's okay. Just reaching for your toes is going to get you is going to deepen the stretch a little bit. And hold, good. Come on up. Now grab your knee underneath your knee, and let's sit up straight and pull the knee into the chest. Good. Take it back out. Sit up straight. Deep breath in. Exhale, and let's reach for the outside with our right hand. So anywhere you can reach with to the outside of that left leg. And we're going to look over our left shoulder. So not just turn your head. Try to get your right shoulder turned. So really feel that stretch shift. Keep pulling your toes towards you as well. So you're going to feel this in the back of your knee, also maybe down the side of your leg in your IT band. Good. Come on up. Take your ankle up onto your thigh. If you can do that, if this is hard or you have some limitations, you can just keep it down a little bit lower and sit up straight. You can put your left elbow against the leg, or you can use your hand and just gently press down. That's going to kind of open up that hip a little bit more. And take a deep breath in and exhale and hinge forward, leading with the chest. Don't have to go very far to start to feel the stretch. And breathe. Good, and come on up, cross that leg over, sit up straight, and let's turn. So it's really important here to sit up straight as you turn and look behind you on the left side. So again, you're getting your shoulder around as well. And relax. Let's do the same thing on the right leg. So band under or strap is under the ball of the foot. And sitting up straight, pulling your toes towards you. And breathe. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, hinging forward, reaching with your right hand. Keep pulling your toes towards you. Don't let up. Good, and relax. And let's bring that knee in. Sit up straight. Knee into the chest. Take it out. Heel down, toes up, pull your toes. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, reaching with your left hand for anywhere on the outside of that right leg. Keep pulling your toes towards you. And now let's look over that right shoulder and try to get your left shoulder around. Again, right here you may feel the difference in flexibility between your sides. And come on up. Good. Let's bring that ankle up to the thigh. You can take your strap off. Sit up straight. You can press down on the inside here or use your elbow. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And hinge forward, exhaling, and lead with your chest. If you can come over further, that's great. Otherwise, even just as soon as you start to hinge forward, you're going to feel that stretch. Good. And come on up. And let's take that leg out. And we're going to cross our arms and take a deep breath in. And hinge forward. Come forward. Exhale. Pull your belly in. And inhale up, pulling up from your belly. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Come on up. Bring your legs together. Sit up straight. Shoulders down. Chest is lifted. Deep breath in through the nose, going into your belly. And exhale. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, push it all out through the mouth. And then one more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. And thank you so much. I hope you feel great after this. Have a great day. And welcome, Linda.